So now let's go out there. What I wanted to bring to your attention with the out there is something you may or may not have seen. It's just been a day or two that this has come out. But, they're getting ready to send a couple of rovers to Mars. And who's they? Well, it's Europe, European Space Agency, and NASA. And Europe's going to send ExoMars rover, and NASA's going to send Rover Mars 2020, okay? And these are going to launch in March of 2020. They will arrive on the surface of the red planet in March of 2021. And then they're going to be there to take core samples. Now, here's something interesting that I thought, they're going to be launching those core samples back to Earth, okay? I mean, have we seen this in a science fiction movie somewhere before? I mean, what are we doing? All right, is this going to be good for us or bad for us? And basically, what I wanted to get to, though, is there is a high-level NASA scientist. His name is Dr. Jim Green, and he's saying pretty adamantly that they are going to find life on Mars. And he says that the revolutionary discovery will start a whole new line of thinking, and I don't think that we're prepared for the results. So they've already thought about this, and they've already got people who are kind of out there saying, hey, this is going to happen. We are going to find life on Mars. Now, it's pretty crazy if you go ahead and read the rest of the story. And if you're into this stuff, you got to go out there and check it out a little bit, because they actually say that Mars may have been very much like the Earth billions of years ago. And then due to climate change, I mean, you got to love how they weave all their propaganda narratives together. But due to climate change, basically Mars dried up and life moved from the water on Mars into the rocks on Mars. And that's
climate change we were responsible for.
Oh, I'm sure. Exactly. Well, they had a bunch of Republicans running things on Mars 4 billion years ago, and they polluted the planet. And then they had global warming on Mars, but then they switched it to climate change. And anyway, their explanation is that life moved into the rocks. Now, I just find this almost hilarious to think life moved into the rocks. Like, have you ever picked up a rock? I mean, how do you move into a rock, right? But this is what they're saying. This is the prevailing wisdom, quote unquote, that they're trying to push out there on people. And of course, tying it to climate change. But what I'm really going to be looking out for is in March of 2021, when those two rovers land on the surface of Mars, they start taking these core samples and start sending them back to Earth. What are they going to say? Are they going to announce that we have actually found life on Mars? That's what they're telegraphing. That's what Dr. Jim Green is saying. We're going to find this. You're not going to be ready for it. This is going to be revolutionary, and you're not going to know how to handle this.
I don't mind if they find life on Mars. I think that's pretty cool. I just want to know, is that life smarter than us or not as smart as us? That's all I'm interested in.
Well, if that life could figure out, now we're talking microbes, but if that life could figure out how to move into the rocks, I mean, right, it may be way smarter than us, right?
We're going to find out that Mars rocks.
Well, what I'm most interested to see is what happens if that life gets back onto this planet and gets loose on this planet, right?
It pollutes us.
Well, who knows what it does? I mean, like I said, I've seen the movies, okay? I've seen the movies. So, we'll just have to wait and see on that. We had a few other stories to throw in there about terraforming Mars ourselves. But, go out there and check it out. You can find this stuff on the UK Daily Mail, and it's some really interesting stuff to read. You can read the rest of it yourself. But go check it out. We've got a lot to look forward to in the next couple of years. I'm Morgan Streetman, and that's the way I see it. Thank you for listening to the Morgan Streetman Show. We hope you enjoyed what you heard, and if you did, please click like and subscribe to help us out. And remember that we recommend that you exercise your brain at least once a week.